Independence Day. I'm excited because Mother Zambia today turns 56, all the way from 1964. Good morning, welcome to Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show on not just another channel, Camnet TV. I'm your host. My name is Precious Mzea Sakaleji, and joining me on set.
Yeah, good morning. How are you feeling? You seem to be very excited this morning.
Well, one of us has to be the hype one, and then you have like, I know you're not an
Clearly, it's independence, so you need to be ready to answer those independence questions. I'm sure you did history in school.
Well, Dr. Kenneth Kaunda was the first Republican president because he was the prime minister.
What else do you know?
He was a teacher.
Where was State House?
Let's see.
Where it is right now.
Is it Chilenche?
Yeah. Kaya when Chilenche became Chilenche. Good morning and welcome to Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show. Like we promised last week, we always have something great in store for you. But what makes it more beautiful today is that we're celebrating 56 years of independence.
Yes.
Now 64. 56. Oh man. 56.
Wake up,
I don't know
wake up.
I'm getting mixed up with the years. But we gained our independence in 1964, and today we're celebrating 56 years of independence. It's just strange that sometimes you find like a country could be that old. I feel like
how old were you during that time?
It should be competing with my mom. I don't want to reveal my mom's age, but I think it's somewhere there.
And our chairperson just turned 60, so which means he's a freedom fighter. We should ask Pastor Chilua.
Yeah, but I
just turned 60.
Okay, he just turned 60.
And he was
50,
4.
He was 4.
Oh,
like,
okay.
What would he remember, really? But
you never know.
Maybe we will try.
We will try.
But remember that this particular show is your show, and it's a special dedication to our nation as we celebrate 56 years of independence. So we would love you guys to get in touch with us. Yeah. Call us, tell us how you're feeling today. Even as we celebrate independence, I know there's so many mixed feelings. Other people say, what are we really celebrating? Whilst others say, hey, look, we've come this far. It's been 56 years, and we ought to celebrate this day. So regardless of the mixed feelings that you may have, please feel free to call us on the number 0968-675273. We will be able to open our phone lines a little bit later. But regardless of it being independence, I know so much has been happening. so much.
Current affairs and social
we're not
media.
going to run away from that, regardless of us celebrating independence.
Of course, we have to talk about it. That's
because
why
we saw somebody actually get some form of independence after being after leaving the cell yesterday, or is it the day before?
The day before.
So those are the issues that will be coming up
in our current affairs, and also updating you on what has been going on. So I would just love to take this opportunity to wish every Zambian out there a happy 56th independence. And specifically, I'll go all the way to the other side, like Kazungola border immigration officers. I would love to wish you happy Independence Day. Wana, I know you're watching. Happy Independence Day. And also to the heart, where the heart is, the home.
No. Firstly, I want to understand one thing. I know you're wishing a happy Independence Day. We're probably going to do that at the end of the show.
Well, I wanted to do it now because I was wishing every Zambian. Did you know that Kazungola border between Botswana and Zambia was official? Exactly.
That's what makes it special, and that's what's bringing me to the next question. I mean, there's so many people in these offices. We have doctors, we have...
No, you can wish the doctor.
No. We have nurses.
I don't know why I saw this coming, but
you're gonna skip all the... We have the clergy.
I didn't finish my wishes. You cut me short.
We have the clergy. We have the president. We have so many people. But why are you just gonna go to immigration? What is it about immigration?
Well, there's like these are the people that make sure that we don't have illegal people coming in the country.
And so
they let me finish. Why are you cutting me short?
My question is why?
I'm just giving you my reasons right now.
No, those are general reasons. I mean,
why? Of course.
Why should it come from you?
Why not come from me?
No, I want to know why immigration first.
Why not come from me?
So immigration is
I would also love to wish the doctors, accountants, teachers that actually played a very important role during the fight for independence.
I like
when you step on my toes, eh? I know you like that. And also everybody, just to move away from this, have you noticed how the country is painted?
Happy Independence Day, Mwiza.
The Zambian.
Lots of love from Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show, Camnet TV. We love you, and we hope that you have a beautiful Independence Day right there in Kazangula under immigration.
Wiza,
okay, we're not having a Wiza conversation right
You were saying? I was saying. I even lost my I was talking about how the country is painted with the Zambian colors. Like yesterday, I don't know if you took time to move around, like you would see kids in these beautiful small outfits. We wish we could actually do that, but then for some reasons we can't wear the green and all. But one of the institutions that amaze me and I'm intrigued whenever it's during the time for independence is ZNS. Like, their decoration, I wish I had a video, their decoration is just so unique. Like when you're moving or passing by ZNS at night, it's just so beautiful. Like they have all these Zambian flags or Zambian colors decorated around the lights. It just looks amazing. And the country just looks Zambianish.
Precious, here's a twist and here's a quiz. I know many of you guys out there have actually forgotten these things. So what does orange mean on the flag?
Natural minerals and natural resources.
Green.
Vegetation.
Red.
Blood that was shed during the struggle for independence.
Black.
Those skin.
Since somebody had a good time running through independence knots.
No. You know, way back in school.
I genuinely couldn't remember some of the things. Wait,
the ego.
Yeah, what does the ego mean?
The ego?
No, I'm asking you.
I have said all the colors.
I'm asking you about
our
the
pride.
Ego. Oh, our pride.
We're not doing this, Tandiwe.
Wow, we're having such a good time already, early in the morning. Well, it's just like we said, we have a jump-pack program for you, and we will be able to touch all sectors so that even as we're celebrating Independence Day today, we will be able to celebrate in style. And in style, I mean by bringing out all aspects of our nation, because this independence involves us. So that calls for us to speak out even on this particular day, because we are very independent people.
And also on the other side, I know there's so many things that have been going on in our country, but we should look at the bright side. If we were to go back in 1964 and 2020, like there's so much change. We've got different infrastructures now. We've got some rights have been recognized. Some people are being recognized. Just in the news, I think we'll look at a news item where a person with disability was appointed as a chairperson to look at persons with disabilities and the MDC party. So looking at those things and also how people are being recognized, or so many things that are developing now compared to then, is actually amazing. We might say the economy is bad, but with growth comes maturity and also development. So we are still a developing country. So we should be happy that we have the freedom. Nigeria is going through a lot right now, being an African country, and we share the same Independence Month. I'm not sure with the date for Nigeria, but looking at the struggle they're going through now with the SARS police brutality and all, protesters being murdered and all. And Zambia, we are, I would say, a peaceful nation. We might have our fights here and there, political cadres, violation of human rights here and there, but we should thank God that we are free. Yeah,
but with the current turnout of events, which I'd like to bring out, even as we celebrate Independence Day, you brought out an aspect that talked about police brutality in another nation, but we're going to bring it to Zambia, and we saw a story which we will be able to run through. We saw a story where Zambians have had mixed feelings, and this has happened in a short period of time.
True.
And even as people are in independence mood, it hasn't yet rubbed off, because this is the current situation that is being faced, and something that happened just like a few days ago. So talking about police brutality, we did see a video circulating on social media where we saw the NDC leader president's daughter being literally manhandled and thrown over the van. You know, if somebody came and told me, oh, this is what happened, I would say, oh, maybe there's some exaggeration. But for me, I feel like that is not independence, you know, and we'll be able to run through the story, but I was just giving an example of the police brutality because you did mention talking about what's happening in Nigeria, but this is something that is also happening in our own nation, and I would really love us to talk about it on this particular show, even as we celebrate independence, because independence, it touches so many aspects of life. It's how are the citizens happy, how are the police treating the citizens, even in terms of how people are staying in the communities. You know, are people free to speak? Are people free to move? All that is independence. Independence goes way beyond Zambia gaining its independence in 1964. Okay, gaining independence in 1964, so what? Are we really independent as a country? And that is the question that we are posing to you today. Do you feel that we are actually independent as a country? Please tell us your comments, contributions. You can reach us on our Facebook page, which is Camnet TV. And you can also reach us on the line that I will be scrolling and we'll be able to give out a little bit later.
Yes, of course.
Do you have anything in sports?
Yes, we, of course, workouts. Looking at your outfits, I don't think you will be able to... Okay, maybe you are like you
just killed the vibe because
you look beautiful, by the way. All African, you look. Asante sana. You look very. It's I should say this is my first time.
And just had to make use of it.
This is the first time I am seeing you in a traditional or say Chitenge outfit, and it looks amazing. You look like a bride. Looks like a bride. But anyways, let's get into our morning workout. You all know every Saturday we get to bring you that 5 minutes workout where you just boost your immune and make sure that you have your energy to make sure that your day is splendid and awesome. So get that exercising kit. If there's someone that you work out with, well, this is the time for Morning Boost. We'll continue with the independence conversation on the other side. Good morning.
Good morning and welcome to our morning breakfast, and this is the Morning Boost, and I am your presenter, Isaac Matsa. I am here so that we can be able to do a warm-up exercise together just before you go about your day. All right, as usual, we are going to start with a warm-up. There we go, warm-up. 1 minute warm-up. After that, we'll be able to do some mountain climbers. Just that. For a minute. Let's go. How was your night? Say something so that we know where you're watching us from. If you're watching via Facebook, let's go. By the way, this is what I'm doing. See that? That's the workout all together. You're going to feel your calves actually. You're going to feel your legs. 1 minute warm up. Let's go. And let's change to the warm up. That. Protein. Go. 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 Down with the warm up. Getting into a wake up now. Let's go. Faster. Faster. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. That's it. Today, we're going to do something different. Let's do this now. Go down. Lay flat. It's a 3-minute workout. Bring in your leg out, in, out, okay? In, out, out. That's the workout you're going to do now. So you come here, go down, body posture like that. Let's go. 1, 2. Let's work on the tummy. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's your first 10. So I'm going to do another 10. Let's go. Same thing. Down, straight up, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you're doing it correctly, you're going to feel your arms. 10. Okay, so that's 20. I have 2 more sets. Remember, just 5 minutes every morning. That's all you need. Okay, third set. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. You should feel your arms. 4. And the belly. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that's my third set. I'm gonna do the fourth one now. So that's gonna be 40. So I'm working on the tummy, also strengthening my arms. Let's go, last 10. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 40. So I've worked on my triceps and biceps, burning fat on the arms and the tummy as well. Okay, so the same workout. This time I'm gonna do it faster. Remember, it's a 3 minutes workout. Okay, so I'm good. 1 minute now. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, let's cool down. So try that. After you come back home, try to do those workouts. And they're going to work out for you perfectly. So this is very good for you every time you do that. So let's do now cooling down now. Easy. Easy. You've done the workout already. Easy. Thank you so much. This is Isaac Matsa, and I'm going to see you again. Stay blessed and stay fit. Thank you.
Welcome back. Yeah. That was a good exercise, I should say.
What exercise?
I know you're not proud of it, but like I took keen interest and just trying to figure out what step is which.
I was just trying to sort out something on the other side, but I tried doing some leg day the other day. Elijah is my witness. Elijah is my witness. Like the following day, it wasn't a good thing, but
it was a bad sign. I'm so sorry.
But anyway,
maybe you're overweight.
I am actually.
Clearly. But anyway, if you were just joining us, you're watching a special edition of the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show, celebrating 56 years of independence in our country. Remember that you can reach us on the number 0968-675273. That is 0968-675273. The question that we are posing this morning is, do you feel that we are indeed really independent? 56 years later, with all the happenings in our country, what is your take? What is your stance? What is your comment as we celebrate 56 years of independence? My name is Banda Tandiwe.
Did I say my name? Oh, yeah, I did.
And I'm joined by Ms. Sakalej.
Okay. Yeah.
Did I say the name correctly?
Yeah, you did. But anyway, for those that are watching us on Facebook, kudos to you. Thank you so much for joining. You can start a watch party, mention a friend to call a friend's friend so that they can come watch with you. And also, don't forget you can follow us on Instagram as well. That's Camnet TV Africa. Follow and we shall follow you back. Not forgetting those of you that are watching us on DSTV channel 274, GoTV channel 98, and Topstar channel 106. We have a whole lot of things fully packed for you. as usual, on Saturdays when we come to you, there's always something that made headlines during the week. We just saw NDC leader, President Rudko, Dr. Chishimba Kambili, appealing for a hearing, and it was rescheduled to a later date, which was Thursday, around 10 hours. We're still waiting also if that will be heard or not. But during that period of time, his family members were not allowed in the court premises for the hearing, which is his daughter and his wife. And then that actually, there was scandal. Okay, the president of the opposition United Party for National Development, UPND, and Hijlema, was also denied, but then later on allowed. So there was just so much going on during this week. Police brutality, the way the Chishimba Kambili's daughter was being dragged into the van, there was so much noise and mixed feelings from different people in different organizations, especially that she was a woman and she was almost, which is the sad part, she was almost naked, you know.
Not almost naked. I feel she was naked.
She was naked
because any part of exposure on a woman's body, especially with certain sentimental, I like to call everything organs, but certain sentimental features, you know, like you just can't. Even just how she was handled, because I watched some of the interviews, and we'll be able to ask our transmission to give us a clip that could be pertaining to this story. But you know, the way she was handled, I know sometimes we can be very we use our emotions when it comes to handling things, and sometimes you may feel, oh, okay, you're hurting, and I don't blame them really.
Me neither.
Yeah, I don't blame them really, but I just feel like the way they were handled, they could have been handled better because they're human beings as well, because you need to understand that they were in that space. Imagine it was your dad. As much as he was wrong or whatever, the court has found him guilty. Imagine if that was your father.
Yeah, true.
You would be all up in these mixed emotions, you know. And as much as we all know, we need to respect our leaders, we need to respect the police. But sometimes I feel like the police are overboard.
Which is true.
I might be penalized for this, but like, I just feel like sometimes, to be honest, they just go overboard. You are not a police officer to intimidate me. And this is something I have actually said to a police officer I came across. I'm like, look, I am not the one in the wrong. I escorted a friend somewhere. So you will not try to intimidate me because you are in that uniform and whatnot. It shouldn't work like that. Your role is to maintain law and order in the country. And they may defend themselves to say, no, we're trying to maintain law and order in at that particular scene because they had an act. There's this thing they love to say, an act likely to cause, what do you call it? An act likely to
breach of peace?
Yeah, something like that. The lawyers would know better. But yeah, there are always two sides of the story, but I was able to hear the side of Chishimba Kambuli's daughter. And she didn't want to say much in the interview that I watched, and kudos to her, because sometimes we say so much
against her.
Yes, we say so much, and the only thing that she said basically was, I think, on the treatment, and the mother also came out to talk about the treatment and all that. But I'm glad that she hasn't said much. And I saw a funny post on social media. So there's this picture that I have seen that is circulating where she's literally throwing out the symbol, the NDC symbol. So someone goes like, that was initial initiation, the political way out. I don't know.
Official initiation.
I don't know if China
there's anything like
is actually headed to that direction. But if she is, well,
kudos to her. And also, a funny part, when she was being arrested, there's, we will later on show the clip. There was literally a woman that dragged the wig off her head.
Wasn't that her relative?
That is the question. We don't know yet.
I really thought it was her relative.
I was thinking, but you know, the man of the wig was dragged. We're just hoping that was a relative. Because I would say that's some expensive hair, yo. You know, people find opportunities. There are so many opportunities.
She's actually a very good friend of a friend.
So no, we should confirm that. You should confirm that. In our next on our next show. You should be able to confirm. So no, maybe relatives of some sort. We just hope that was the situation.
But you know, looking at the brighter side, I feel like this whole experience has built one powerful woman.
True.
And even as we celebrate independence, it wasn't really in my mind, but I feel like I should take this opportunity to actually, you know, commend or speak highly of Chanda Kambwili, because she is a youth just like me, just like so many youth out there. And imagine if you were in that situation. She was able to endure.
True.
Being in that police cell, you know, it wasn't a good environment. This is a place she has never been
before.
And she comes out and she's still as calm. Even in her speech, even in how she just spoke, she was very calm. You know, she was like, no, for now I won't say much. And, you know, watching that, her video, her interview, just like literally broke me as a youth, because I was like, okay, this person has gone through all this. If they would come out and just go all out and attack government, attack who attack, she was so calm. So I feel like this whole situation has given us a great leader. And I feel like years to come, I'm not a prophet or anything, but years to come, I
go
feel
deeper,
like,
mama.
Yeah, if someone would actually show up this, if she's watching, kudos to you. And I feel like you're going to make a great leader of this.
True.
You're a powerful woman. And the fact
so
that
Winnie Mandela in her.
Yes, so you are such a powerful young lady, Chimba Kambwili, Chanda Kambwili. And I feel like as we go forward, that I don't know if you want to be in the political world or whatnot, but with the stance that she's pulled out and just how she's conducted herself,
leader qualities,
even after, because I'm putting myself in that situation.
That's what I wanted to say.
I'm saying I've been locked up. The first thing I want to do when I come out from there is just I'm just
trying to imagine how I would react being arrested for, let's say, God forbid, my father is arrested for something and there's a hearing, and I am denied permission to go and sit and be part of the whole hearing process in court. I'm emotional, first of all, that my dad is arrested, and then these police personnel are denying me the right to actually be where my dad is and see what is going on. And then I'm later arrested for that. She slapped a police officer. You know that part, right?
I think it was the
mom. Yeah. The mom slapped the police officer, and then everything was...
But she denied. She said she just removed the hand.
Removed the hand and put it where?
I wasn't...
So
if our transmission is ready, I think maybe we could get the
clip. For the clip? Yes. So we can have a clip, and then after that we will continue with the conversation. I don't think I would react like that, but I would react worse. Yeah.
Just saying.
I would react worse, I'm just saying.
The Lusaka's Magistrate Court was characterized with drama this morning when the wife and daughter to incarcerated National Democratic Congress leader Chimba Kambwili got arrested by the police following a fracas with the police. The tension erupted after the police prevented some family members of Kambwili from entering the court premises to witness his bail application hearing. This incident provoked Kambwili's daughter to slap one police officer, a development that annoyed the men and women in uniform who later physically and abusively manhandled the two women into a police vehicle. One of the officers tried to stop this reporter from executing her duties by confiscating a camera.
Boss, this is company property, boss. Okay, but this is company property, boss.
Let it.
Eh?
No,
I'm registered under media house, boss.
Excuse me, sir. May I have my camera? Sir, I'm a journalist. May I have my camera? Thank you. Earlier, Magistrate David Simusamba adjourned the ruling on whether the bail application is competent before him to the 22nd of October 2020. Last week, Kambuli was slapped with a 1-year jail sentence after the court found him guilty of the offense of forgery and altering false document, but acquitted him in a charge of giving false information to a public officer. The NDC leader was not before court, only his lawyers appeared. The United Party for National Development leader, Hakainde Hichilema, came to offer his solidarity to the NDC leader.
This is lawlessness in itself, to manhandle Mrs. Kambuli and the daughter, I guess. No respect for human rights, because it's a right for us to be here. It's her right to be here. This is unacceptable. She must be released forthwith. The police should be ashamed of taking her into cells. Remember, imagine the trauma that she's going through. The husband is already in prison.
Meanwhile, after the court session, another fracas rose at Kawata police station after officers manhunted Lusaka Provincial UPND chair lady for mobilization, Patricia Stumbeko, and NDC Copperbelt Vice Youth chairperson Frank Chiona, who are demanding that Kambuli's wife and daughter be released. By broadcast time, Kambuli's wife had been charged with conduct likely to breach the peace, while his daughter Chanda with assault. Miriam Kemba, reporting for Camnet TV News in Lusaka. After spending 2 nights in police custody, daughter to National Democratic Congress leader Chanda Kambuli has been set at liberty by the police after being granted police bond. Chanda was previously denied bond after she was accused of slapping a police officer at the magistrate court in Lusaka when she was denied entry into the court premise to attend her father's bail application hearing. What started as a normal confrontation turned into a police brutality when Chanda and her mother, Carol Kambuli, were arrested while being dragged into a police vehicle and taken to Kawata police station, while her mother only spent a night, and the following day she was granted bond. However, Chanda, who was charged with a serious offense of assaulting a police officer, and like her mother, was charged with the conduct of likely to breach peace, was left to spend 2 nights in cells after police insisted that she will only apply for her bail at court. This afternoon, Chanda was released on bond after the police reduced the charge of assault to that of conduct likely to breach peace. Miriam Kemba, reporting for Camnet TV News in Lusaka.
Okay.
Oh, well, welcome back. Well, that's the clip for those of you that missed it and didn't know what we were talking about in terms of Chanda Kambuli being arrested, and also the other clip showed when she was just released. You seem disturbed.
No, like, you know, you see her breaking down in that particular clip where she's going into the car and she's literally like broken. But you look at her and you're like, you know, you see a strong woman. That's just what I'm standing on. Like in all this, I know there's so much negativity. There's this, there's that. But in my opinion, what I see in Chanda Kambili is a strong woman, unbreakable.
Some of us going through that situation.
That is the attitude that we, the youth in our country, need to develop. We need to learn from her. We need to learn to be, you know, like to stand your ground. Of course, respect the police, but you know, even after going through such a touch situation, she comes out there and yes, she's breaking, but you know, she's still holding her emotions together, still able to flash that symbol. For me, that's something.
You know, actually talking about reactions when you're in and out of the cells, there's another NDC member that was arrested, I think, on the same day that was happening. And when he was released, he made some statement. I've just forgotten what his name is and what the news clip ran. He was rearrested. So now these are two different people. This is a member and this is the daughter. Two different reactions. Just brings us back to your statement earlier to say she, in as much as she went through all that brutality, and though after she was released, she didn't say much. Because she knows where she stands.
You know, there's a funny clip that has been also running, and I did notice a letter that was released. If it's from is Isaac Chipampe. Chipampe, yes. He did release something concerning how the rumors and the reporter from a certain particular TV station did say the First Lady was there to grant bail. So I'm watching this clip and I'm like, okay.
Grant bail for who?
Not grant bail, sorry. The First Lady was there to sign
the bail.
Yes.
For which First Lady? Our first lady.
Well, if I heard
a forced statement.
Well, I don't know if it was a forced statement, but I will be able to refer to the letter so that we read it live on air a little bit later. But it talks about how, because in that particular clip, this particular journalist talks about how the First Lady just made a comment. So I'm watching and I'm like, okay, it took the whole First Lady to
go there and
and then afterwards, I think that was yesterday, I saw another clip, the letter saying that's not true, those are false allegations. So now I'm sitting wondering, like, does this journalist know what the First Lady looks like, or which First Lady did he mean?
Maybe that's a good question, but you know, in our country, when we say First Lady, that's why we are looking for the letter. When we say First Lady at this particular point, we of course mean the Republican President Edgar Chagwa Lungu's wife, which is Madam Esther Lungu. So if somebody says First Lady, maybe they're meant from a certain political party. But then we know that NDC leader's wife was arrested. So I'm trying to figure out what research that journalist did. And also this brings us back to there's a name that they're tagging journalists that don't do their research just because you did some schooling somewhere, and then false information is actually an offense, and a very, very huge offense. And this is just my appeal to the journalists. I almost said my fellow journalists, but I'm not one. But anyway, this is just an appeal to the journalists out there. We all know that you want to get attention and also get the viewership. It might be a TV station, it might be a radio station, but false information can actually breach peace in the country. Let's say, for example, you report something, and you know, the media is a very, very sensitive industry. If me, Precious Mzea Sakaleji, was to go on my social media page and then just write something, a whole speech of which I don't have proof for, I have a certain following, okay? You have certain people looking up to you. So when you say certain things, it's like you have followers, okay? It's like you're a pastor and there are certain people that follow you. They have a belief in whatever that you say. So when you say something, there are certain people that will believe you and they'll spread the news. So you spreading false information is the worst that you can do for your country. As a journalist, you're there to inform and also educate the country at large. So if you're giving false news, just imagine the wrangles and the scandals and the conflict that you would actually...
So here it is. I get your point, and my question is, do you feel that journalists did see? There are two things. You know, I'm not going to say...
the two sides of the story.
I'm not going to say President Edgar Lungu if I didn't see him.
Exactly. So there are two sides of it.
So I'm not going to make that up.
While you're making that, while you're writing that statement, Tandiwe,
he was speaking. It was live. It was live. This guy was filming. It's some live show that happens as it's going, apparently, or something like that. So he's filming and he's saying, okay, actually, and you know, he was in this rushing mood. The whatever is actually here. He mentioned it. He mentioned. I heard. And after listening to and watching the video, I was like, wow. So how about me if I did an offense? Would it take somebody from State House to actually come and help me? So now, are we sure when he said First Lady, it was our First Lady? He actually mentioned. Oh. He mentioned. If you watch that clip very well, he mentioned. And this is why it has taken State House. So this letter has a stamp, and it says, very urgent. First Lady did not intervene in the Miss Chanda Kambwele's case. Okay? So, Lusaka Friday. So this letter says 23rd instead of 23rd October. I think we need some editing as well when it comes to press and public relations. To whom it may concern, it's 23rd and not 23rd. TH, no. So it goes with the third, 23rd. RD. Yes, so it has come to the attention of State House that Diamond TV reported that First Lady Mrs. Esther Lungu caused to have Miss Chanda Kambwele released from police custody. Now, the First Lady denies these claims and has asked Diamond TV to retract their story. Now, Mrs. Lungu says she respects the due process of the law and would not influence the police to release any suspect. Now, she says such an act would be an indictment that she controls constitutional officers, which is not the case. I therefore ask Diamond TV to retract the story and apologize for the embarrassment caused, the First Lady says. So this statement was issued by Isaac Chipampe, who's a special assistant to the President, Press and Public Relations, State House. It does have a stamp, Republic of Zambia, Press and Public Relations, 23rd October 2020, State House, Special Assistant to the President. So the name was actually mentioned. I'm thinking if that happened, then I just don't know one day. That no, I will not, as a journalist. As a journalist, I will not say, you know, there's certain mistakes that you can make, but you can't say you especially saw on live. Yes, he's live, and when something is happening live, I'm speaking from what I'm seeing. Because it's happening. It's what is around me. What if she went there for some other? Okay, they would have mentioned in the later. Was she there? Was there or not? Media coverage would have been there. People would have said, "Oh, she was." What would she be doing at the police station? At this point, we're celebrating Independence Day, and we need answers. You know? First of all, personally, if that question that you asked, are we really independent as a country? There are so many things that I feel media houses are not free anymore. If you're not for the government, there's always this fear of not reporting certain stories because you're scared of being closed down. Already, that's not freedom. As a media house, you are there to inform the nation. But if you are restricted on what to tell the nation, then you don't have the freedom. It's like you are given the liberty to do something, but you have not been given the full right or the full freedom, I would call it, to report certain things. We've had different media houses being closed. Right now, we're talking of... currently, as we're talking, Prime Television was closed down. Well, that's because I hear they didn't renew their license. The other story says they didn't have a license. I don't know what... That's the story on the ground. I don't really have the full information to the reason why they were closed down. We've got some cadres storming certain radio stations. Just to mention a few, was stormed some time back when an opposition leader was on a paid-for program. So we've got all these things that media houses are going through. And I personally feel there's no freedom of speech. Media freedom is not there. Because if today, Tandiwe, I was to, God forbid, but if today I was to say something that was against a certain political party and they were in power, trust me, you would have police officers knocking on the institution's door. Well, because there's not that freedom. Because we are independent and because Zambia is raising strong women, tough women who are able to take up any battle. For me, at this point, in my opinion, if I am to be charged or pushed in a corner because of speaking my mind concerning my country, my nation, I'm taking my independence, celebrating, and I'm going to stand my ground as a person. So,
well, which is true.
I will speak within my confinements, but I will not be intimidated by any police officer, any government leader, or opposition leader who will feel because your opinion is different from mine, you will try to intimidate me or push me in a certain corner. I will speak for that which concerns my country. And this is the attitude that all the youths out there need to develop as we celebrate independence and as we move forward in our country.
And also, I love the fact that you've brought out to say jurisdiction. Okay? I've lost my thought. What did I want to say? I feel when people they're in a certain political party, they feel they have certain rights and the rest of the Zambian citizenry don't. Okay, which is a bad thing. If today I was to join a certain political party, trust me, Tandiwe, there's a certain attitude that cadres have. Lack of better terms, sorry for using cadres, but there's a certain attitude they have because they belong to a certain political party. But it all brings us down when we go to court. I've never been to court, which is very embarrassing. But I just hope there's somewhere where it's written, no one is above the law. I'll ask Miriam.
Of course.
When you go to court, it doesn't matter what political party you belong to. It doesn't know. I hope it doesn't matter who you know in the government or the current government at that particular time. Because if it's going to be just because I belong to a certain political party, I'm able to get away with a lot of things, which is happening right now.
Yeah,
if you're affiliated,
as much as even just a little thing like on a roadblock. So the other day, I find this mounting that people like to mount at a corner. I will expose you. IBEX just near this office, they would stand like by the corner, or you're trying to bridge in and go from
Kablonga to
the embassy, American embassy. You're trying to go to Kablonga and use a shortcut. You find that just there, just like, what are you guys doing here?
Do they have specific slots though?
Yeah, where you can't. I'm told where you can't really turn back. So I'm second in line, and I'm behind them. So.
You were just watching.
Park. But the language is different. You know.
Relation.
Yeah, they're speaking in Nyanja and it's deep, and you know, it's just that type of situation. My boss, Naimwe, Shan, Naimwe, Shan. I'm next. So I just decided to imitate my boss, Naimwe, to the same side, you know what I mean?
Oh my God.
And he was like, no, I didn't have my insurance. So he's like, no, like you have to pay. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna pay, but the other person should pay too, because I'm not gonna pay and then they just get away with it. So my point really is, so many people are getting away with stuff because of affiliation. I think we have a caller, our first caller. Happy Independence Day. You are our first caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Hello, this is Pastor Kanguya.
Hello?
Hello, I'm Pastor Kanguya from the New Heritage Party.
Okay, please go ahead with your comment.
Yeah. The first thing which we Zambians have to realize is that we got our independence on the 24th of October 1964. And the people who fought for independence were not cadres, but Zambians. In 1991, we wanted democracy. And the people who wanted democracy were not cadres. They were Zambians. When you look at these two scenarios, you discover that the people who are pushing for independence were Zambians, and the people who are pushing for democracy were Zambians, not others. Now, what is remaining now is we Zambians, we have now to start thinking about walking into our inheritance. Because after 1991, most of the presidents voted in.
Sorry to cut you short for a bit, but could you reduce the volume on your TV set? Because we're having feedback.
Feedback, yeah. Are you still there? Okay, we've lost.
Okay, so do ensure that when you give us that call, for us to be able to hear you properly, and so that we don't have any form of feedback or cuts during the call, please ensure that the volume of the TV set is reduced so that we can be able to communicate better. But you can call us back because we still want to hear what you have to say. He brought up very important points to say. In 1964, when did this cadre thing start? I'd love to know.
I'm not really sure when it started, but you know, I would say they are smart people.
Who is a cadre?
I wish I could define that.
Like, who is a cadre? Like, who gave them the name cadre? Like, what are you supposed to do when you're a cadre?
And you know, just before I lose the thought, you know, they're very, like I said, they're very smart people. I'll be a cadre today.
They're like many police officers.
Police, the illegal ones. You know what they do? Let me tell you what they do. And I'm not talking from without, because I know a cadre, and if they know me, yeah. When there's a certain political party in office, okay, they will campaign for that political party. There will be a cadre for that political party. When office changes, they just send the regalia. They just change the regalia. I'll be a cadre for the other political party. That's how they behave.
Do you want to take
We have a caller. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Happy Independence Day to you.
Happy Independence too.
Thank you. Who are we talking to and where are you calling us from?
We are talking to Frank from Nampundwe.
How is Nampundwe this morning?
Nampundwe is sunny.
Okay. How is the vibe, celebration vibe?
Yeah, people have lost interest in everything.
Oh, really?
My sister, this today has lost its meaning. Because of what is happening in the country. The economy is on its knees. Police brutality. Human rights are being trampled upon. And we don't know where we are going. And the issue we say we are independent, maybe we are cheating ourselves. Because what is happening is totally wrong. I have never seen, whether in the government of Kaunda, or in the government of Silva, or Malawasa, or Chiapanda, where Kanda can defend to go and have several people at the grave site. Only in the government of David Garungu and the Gashambo. This is total injustice on the people who are part of their website. Secondly, coming on the issue of Shimbagambili, that this is total political weekend. You cannot arrest him, a white or a daughter who goes just to go and declare solidarity to a father who has been incarcerated. The standards are high. But you go and arrest those people. What do you expect? David Garungu, you are my president. I request you in the name of Jesus, as we prayed on October 18th, change your motives. Because you will be the worst president in this nation. Taking a candidate from a street in Katondo there and putting him as a Home Affairs Minister. And expect that he will follow the rules on the land. Those are good records. They will only tarnish your name. Because we Zambians, we are not happy. Thank you, my sister.
Thank you for coming through.
Remember that you're reaching us on the number 0968 675273. That is 0968 675273. Do tell us how you feel today. What is your vibe in your area? What is happening? Do you have any plans for independence? Do you feel we are truly independent as a country with the current happenings? What is your take, really? I was hoping to get an invite. There's usually this special cake on Independence Day.
Zambian
State
shape.
House. Yeah. I was hoping I could get an invite.
You didn't?
Not this year. I did like some years back.
No, I
did. I have been to State House, Precious. I'm not like
I'm
you.
not.
I have been to State House on a number of occasions.
Whoa. Hold up.
When last did you go to State House?
Hold up. I've never been there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I've been to State House, and on Independence Day, we would get invites as youth, as young people, special invites.
Yeah.
Where we would actually go and cover. I don't know how it is now. Speak to the children of the president. You know, it used to be like that for Independence Day.
No, I'm not saying it. Continue.
During the likes of Rupia Banda, we did get a chance to speak, to go to State House, even when the twins were born. Like, they wouldn't speak at the time, but like, we did go to State House as young people, were given that opportunity. Because State House shouldn't be like,
I feel,
you know, nowadays when I'm passing by State House, I'm like, am I in another country? I feel like
you don't
it's
feel
not,
at home.
Yes, as much as there's so much security and all that, but State House should feel like home, especially for the young people. We had the likes of, I have a friend of mine, Kanengo, who actually was invited by the First Lady. They had some function there for I think it was kids, it should have been maybe kids with disabilities or something, and they would go to State House. But the First Lady would actually invite them to State House. But no, I've never heard.
The only time I was impressed is when there was that petition for the privatization thing, where youths were actually granted permission to go and protest, hand over their protest document. But it's rare to actually just hear it. No, you were invited. Well, okay. We have a caller. You can take it.
Please tell us your name. Hello. Good morning. Happy Independence Day.
Same. How are you?
We're all right, thank you. How are you?
I'm okay. Candy with Banda. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I love the way you mentioned your name on the news.
On the news.
Thank you so much.
And I love you.
Thank you. Some love. Thank you. Some love.
And my name is Anawi Banda.
Okay, where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Shawama.
Okay, please go ahead with your contribution or comment.
Actually, I just called to say hi to Candy.
Oh, she's a Banda. Why are you being a tribalism? Oh, great.
Yes, doing God's work. Thereafter, going for a funeral.
Okay, that's sad.
Yes.
Okay, our heartfelt condolences and happy Independence Day once again.
Thank you, same.
All right, thank you.
Enjoy your day.
Thank you, bye-bye, same.
Bye.
Bye. So remember, it's 0968-675273. That is 0968-675273. Do call in and tell us how you're feeling, what the vibe is like, what you're up to, who you're wishing happy Independence Day, and if you're going to State House. Like, I hoped to go, but I'm not going. But it's not too late.
It's not too late anyway. This is like only 36:08. So you never know who's hearing. You might just get a notification that you're
and I would be so happy to be there.
Okay.
The State House.
Good.
I'm not so far. I'm get there in 5 minutes.
Ndapitapo fie mbonana ti. Anyway, one day fie bati. Chef posa kusana mano aishwaka. Mbona ko fena to State House. And I remember way back there were some I would call them myths to say the security guards at State House, they don't even blink. I don't know if you got that. So
I had this tendency. My mom, every time would pass by State House, she would literally like just slow down a bit, and because I just wanted to wave. And trust me, so many times, because I kind of like used to get sick a lot. So it was that route when you're coming from UTH, and to make me happy, maybe I've just been discharged from hospital, and I'll be like, "Mommy, please, like I just want to wave," or maybe I'm coming from the hospital, because we used to use that route all the time. Yeah. So she would, just to make me happy, she would literally like slow down, and then I would wave. In the beginning, they never used to wave, but until they noticed that this after some time, I think they noticed the car, and they're like, "This girl usually waves," and they'll just like literally come out, and I'll be like waving, and they'll just be like there. So what they started doing is they would stand still, right? But they would just like see when you're standing still, your hands like, so they'll just be like, "Sorry, thank you," they went back. And those are some of the memories, especially now that we're celebrating independence. Those are some of
your independence memories.
Yes,
yeah?
that actually, it only didn't happen on independence,
and some
but
other
it
days.
happened on some most like other days. So it's something that I am really happy.
Look at you, you've just had nostalgic, like vividly. You remember those days vividly. It's good that at your young age you have something to look back to and still be excited.
And I don't know if they still do this, but the school that I went to, Mary Queen of Peace, girls school in Lusaka, they had this thing of before independence. I'm pretty sure they must have done it even yesterday. You know, where they bring the kids together. So you bring like a meal. You cook a meal, yes, and you just share with your friends, like as per class, and everyone will be in these traditional outfits. And I'm so glad that schools have now put their thoughts together, and they're actually able to have the pupils wear what they want.
True. On Independence Day. We have a caller. Hello, good morning. Happy Independence Day to you.
Happy. How are you?
We're all right, thank you.
Yeah, this is Francis Ndola calling from Kafue.
Okay. How is Kafue this morning?
Yeah, Kafue is cool. They started celebrating yesterday in the evening.
Oh, great.
Yeah, despite the challenges that we are encountering in our country. Yeah, do not retaliate from colonialism. Despite celebrating 56 of our independence in our nation of Zambia, but looking at what is happening on the land is totally different. We are coming back to where we have come from in colonialism, where the law of law and the freedom of expression is not being done correctly somewhere to the people of the nation. So I'm appealing to the government at stake in the ruling party to ensure that the law of law is being followed accordingly through the Attorney General office, to ensure that people, they are following accordingly, also as well as to the police officers, because their purpose to be there is to enforce the law of law to the people and to preach peace. Now, looking at what is happening on the ground is totally different. Because of capitalism, the time being capitalism was being introduced is when these things, it was the generation of all the things which is happening on the ground.
Hello? Are you there? Oh, we lost the caller.
I think we lost the caller. Wow.
Yeah, he mentioned something, at least is one of them that said Kafue started celebrating independence last evening, and they are in the independence.
I should say there are actually a lot of events today, Precious, and I'll be attending a number of events on independence for the very first time.
Okay.
Are you attending any?
I will, depending on what time I'll knock off. Because our jobs.
I will celebrate on your behalf.
Celebrate for two, please.
Definitely.
And keep that piece of cake if you get any. So
remember, if you are having that special event today and you're putting your stuff together, please share with us your experience and how you're holding up.
Sure.
It's Independence Day. You're doing a great thing by throwing something, if it's a bash or a party or whatever,
or
for the Zambian citizens. Please tell us how that is going on the number 0968 675273. If you have any special Happy Independence Day messages to the nation or to specific people, do call in. We do have a caller. Happy Independence Day. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Yeah, I've come back.
Oh, you've come back.
Okay.
Please continue with your contribution.
Yeah, Baba. So my contribution was saying we need to preach love. Yeah, we need to preach love. After the generation or the genesis of capitalism has linked confusion in our country. So I'm appealing to all the political parties based to the ruling party opposition to stop capitalism. Because capitalism has destroyed the country and it has destroyed the law of law in our country. We may find a cat that's got power than the police officer, which is so bad. So I'm appealing to this. If you listen to the call during President Chiluba and the rest of these recent presidents, we didn't have this capitalism what we are having this time. Whereby we find a cadre and even intimidate a general public the gathering, which is not good. Let's wake up from the slumber. Let us reflect where I've come from. As Zambians, we are living like we are just living by the corona dislike, which is not good. Looking at the situation of the economy that we are encountering this time, let's face, let's think. Where are we known as a country? Is it people or are people in the force of the law? Because being a leader is supposed to be an example. But looking at what is happening, it's totally different. Look at what is happening to Chanda Kambwili. He has got the right to visit the court of law because that is the public gallery. It's a public institution. Whereby even my wife or I myself have got a case. My family are eligible to go there to witness the court sessions. But look at what happened. Freedom of expression has destroyed in this our country, Zambia. We are not living like in a democratic country. We are looking like in a dictatorial country. So let's go back where we come from. Look at the person who introduced democracy, Mr. President Frederick Truman. He's the next. He has left the record. Now, us as the people in rule, what leaders are you going to left to just come from the office? And remember, yeah, we should bear in mind that one time it will be me. What of me when you know of power? My wife has been done and my children are in that situation. Today, sometimes we support to share and so. Yeah, so let's preach the wrong. That way was preached by 18th of October. Let's reconcile. But what are you reconciling? You're not facing the reality. Let's seek God's face and nothing shall be added to us. Because some challenges we are encountering as a country, and then there's things that we are doing to the innocent people and bringing things difficult to our own.
All right. Thank you so much for coming through. Whew. He had a lot to say. A whole lot to say.
Let's be realistic.
Preach peace. Number one. Preach peace. 18th of October was about reconciliation. Reconcile. Those are the 2 points I actually got from his speech. Cadarism should come to an end. Very interesting points, I would say.
Card.
You breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in.
You know, I feel like I have this sense of belonging to my nation that goes beyond the normal.
Yeah.
It just breaks. I don't know if you feel like that, but these are things that just break me as a youth. You find people want to have their way because you are a cadre, because you are
affiliated to a certain political party. Cadre. Who's a cadre?
But
I saw someone
when you come to me and you are a cadre and you want to intimidate me. I think we end a certain way all the time.
I've experienced the worst in my life, I would say, when it comes to
a friend of mine was actually slapped by a cadre. She's actually like a little sister or little sister of mine, and she was sharing, how do I get this because I was slapped? I was like, by who? By a cadre. Which cadre? Okay. Good morning.
Welcome to Zambia.
Good morning. Happy Independence Day.
Happy Independence Day. Oh, we lost the caller. Keep calling, keep trying to reach us. We'd love to hear your views. How is the vibe in your town? How is your vibe at home? What are you planning this Independence Day? What are you up to, and what are you going to be doing for the rest of the day? I was just about to share the experience. I was going through town, to be specific, New Soweto Market. I don't know if you've been there. You've never been there? Oh my goodness. But anyway, I understand.
It's Independence Day now. I'm more independent. So I think I will find my way.
So I was trying to get some stuff with Mom, and then I don't know where that cadre came from the opposition, and he passed through the branches for the ruling cadres. He just made the symbol, and he was dressed in a political regalia. He was beaten.
We have a caller. Good morning. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
I'll speak of calling from Ndora.
Happy Independence Day.
saying to you on time that you have made this place by no problems. It has been vetted by this ruling party for 3 years. Yeah, although it's our independence, but we are not free to this regime. We have been placed in a corner whereby we cannot stop. Only cadres have that power to arrest, to beat, and to do everything. I'm really ashamed as a Zambian. I wish I was not a Zambian. I could belong to another country. Please, our president, looking for our life. We cannot be living like we are in jail. People being given Trump charges just to what to eliminate somebody. It's not good. It's not good. We really cry to our God so that He can see through, so that He gives wisdom to our parents in how these matters are behaving. Thank you so much, Reggie. Well.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your contribution. Remember, it's 0968 675 273. Now, that is very heartbreaking because you have a fellow Zambian do call you and tell you to say,
I wish I wasn't.
I wish I wasn't
this country and belonged to another
you know,
nation.
this is
that
something
breaks
that
my heart.
Yeah, this is something that our leaders need to look into, because if so many people are complaining about the same thing, I mean, don't information reaching you as a person. I know it will go beyond just Independence Day, but these are things that are piling in the nation. But on the twist of things, I did see a challenge on the page of, and it was actually a video where the president was listening to some Independence Day. There was a challenge that was started
to do an independence song.
Yes.
That was beautiful. And I saw different artists being posted on the page. Again,
and the president himself, there's actually a clip where the president is listening. So I was like, okay, so he does watch.
He does watch.
He does.
Information
but how come
reaches
he's never
him?
gotten back to me? I've made so many appeals on this show.
I think we should let's follow the procedure. Let's write a letter.
I will
be...
He watches it. He's on social media. I need an audience with the president. Today is Independence. This could be my Independence Day. There's so many things I would want to pour out as a young person, you know.
You should do a video, and the page is very active.
I feel like videos just end on videos, like a one-on-one. Mr. Excellency, thank you for the opportunity. My name is Banda Tandiwe, and I would love to. I would actually write down first, point by point, seated right next to the president. Even just 30 minutes of his time.
Someone is listening. The right ears was her got ears. So I know someone out there is listening.
It would actually it would have such an impact.
Her appeal.
Regardless of us being young, I feel like our leaders need to begin to listen. I'm not going to go on social media as a person and just, rant and say this.
Yeah, true.
Make these videos, because I'm not out there to gain a
mileage,
a following. No, I'm out there because I want the best for my country.
Yeah.
I know that one day I'm going to be in a certain office, and if I do not put certain things or put my concerns or what I feel could be better to my leaders right now, these are the issues I'm going to be dealing with. I don't want to be seated in my office and start dealing with things that I could have corrected with the leaders that were there.
The opportunity.
Because it would hurt me. In other countries, we have young people
in high office.
In Zambia, it's like young is 50.
Kapena,
youth is, I don't know if it goes up to what.
Kapena more like, you don't have young people in these offices. Sometimes let's look at ourselves.
Which brings me down to the other thing that is trending on social media. I like how we flow, don't you guys?
Behavior.
On social media, we have seen, sorry to say this, but the past week for me, in my opinion, has been to use the
lack of better terms.
Use this word.
Lack of better terms.
I feel shy. I feel embarrassed on certain people's behalves, because if you become a political or a public figure, this is an address, because we're tackling all these issues as we celebrate Independence Day. you know, as much as we're independent to do what we want, there's morality, there's culture that it comes with. And when you decide to become a public figure, when you decide to go on air and begin to have followers, you need to understand that there are young people as young as 10 years old that will come on TV, or they'll be watching you on TV as Precious, or as this presenter or newscaster or whatever it is, and they'll be like, wow, you know,
I want to be like her one day.
I want to be like Precious, okay? Because Precious is bringing some positivity in the country. Next thing, you go on your social media page and you're literally naked or exposed. I don't know if in our country really, like I would love a caller, because now we've kind of like brought it in a twist. I would want a caller to call me. In our country, is it, or in the world at large, is it that you really need to carry yourself a certain way
to get the attention,
to get an attention, or for you to be so famous? I had a conversation with one of our guests who I will not review. I don't know if you would mind though, but he says, you know, these people actually go on these platforms to just gain attention. But in this attention that you're trying to gain, there is damage.
True.
You are damaging people's kids, and you need to stop it, because we are 56. We're not going to...
we're not going back to 10, to 11.
To being 10 or whatever.
Yeah, true.
There's growth. And people that we see, men or women, are way older than some of us. And when we were growing up, we're like, oh, I look up to this person. And these are the people that you see now on social media going all out and bragging about this, about that, showing us your bodies. We don't want to see that. No, really, really. There's certain sentimental things that people should not be exposed to. You know what I mean?
Which is true.
We don't want to see that. Like, I personally don't want to see. I'm not bashing anybody, but I'm just speaking on a. You can still be a great woman in this country
and still be fully dressed.
And still be fully dressed. You can still be a great woman and carry yourself with so much respect. I'll give you an example today as we celebrate independence. We decided to honor a few women that we feel, me and Precious feel, have been of great sentimental value to our country. People that we have seen growing up and all that. Maybe you could start.
Well, looking at my list right now. Okay, personally, my mom, first of all. I want to appreciate the mothers in the nation. Okay, I cannot go list by list mentioning Wamake who, but being a mother, Wamake Tandiwe, Wamake Precious, Wamake Isaac, and Wamake Elijah. These were the ones currently this side. I feel mothers play a very, very important role in each one's life. Condolences to all those that don't have their mothers alive right now, but in as much as we are trying to recognize mothers during this Independence Day, I feel mothers play a very important role, and I would like to recognize all the mothers. If you're just a new mother in the town right now, you are a very strong woman, and we want to say thank you for raising such great men in our nation, for raising such great women in our nation. So for me, my greatest recognition goes to the mothers. Mother Zambia is tagged as a female. Okay, so Mother Zambia and also all the mothers in the country, I would love to recognize them. Not forgetting Mama Kankasa, which other one? ABSA CEO, what's her name? She's a woman. I know she's a woman. I've forgotten her name. Yeah, just to mention a few. Yeah, and also just women that have added value in whichever way, women that have carried themselves with substance. Sister D, I almost forgot. Yeah, women that have carried themselves with so much respect. Respect. You know, when they walk, you're like, that's a strong woman. And just dropping it down to even those in the youthful age, the likes of Lulu Hangala. I should say she's one of the people that I have seen to just, you know, impacted many lives, carry herself in a certain way and just be able to impact and still make an impact whilst dressed, while still looking good,
very smart woman. Another person I'd like to
recognize.
They're actually a number, but
there are a lot.
There's Lulu Hangala, like in the media field. There is there's Patience Chisanga. She's also, I feel like she's one person that has carried herself with so much respect, and she just has this powerful aspect even to her name. When she stands and she speaks, you will know that this is a great woman. And these are people that are Zambian, raised and born in Zambia.
You know? Don't forget Mzinga Mary as well. Great woman, I would say.
We also have the likes of how names just go in your
I know. I can relate. I wish we wrote them down and then we just go name by name. But there's so many great women.
And even the likes of
Shinaka. Yeah, that was me.
But yeah, you guys are doing a great job, and we do appreciate you, especially those that are looking up to you. You know, continue putting out that great
maintaining great reputation.
Yes, that great reputation. You know, and
kudos to you as well, being in a media fraternity for more than 10 years. And I would personally, not that I know you from away from the set. Being in the media for 11 years and there's no scandal unless otherwise. I'm just saying, unless otherwise Tandiwe, and I don't know about it.
But anyway,
it's great to see that there are people out there that can literally tell you to say you don't have to get that mileage or to get that attention, especially when you're in the media, because there's this thing, when you're in the media, you're supposed to behave in a certain way, you're supposed to dress in a certain way to get their attention. So you being in the media fraternity for more than 10 years and there's no scandal, I've never heard that Tandiwe no has done what. I'm not saying this because we're on TV or because you're my friend. I'm just saying. So kudos to you, girl.
Thank you.
Soon being a you're representing. And with so much courage. I pray whoever is listening, hope someone is. She wants one-on-one with the president, His Excellency Edgar Chagwa Lungu.
Even just 30 minutes would be enough.
30 minutes, she says. Hope the right ears are hearing. Well, this is the time. If you also feel you want to meet high office, you have the right to do so. Before we go, we'll take our last caller. Happy Independence Day.
Happy Independence Day to you too.
Thank you so much. Okay.
That we've been waiting for.
Oh, okay. We're supposed to have a phone call interview. Just quickly, we're just about to close. We're glad that you've come through. Quickly, let's get into the name of the organization and also what you will be doing tomorrow.
My name is Sandra Ukwazi from Papaya Care Foundation. And tomorrow is a very special day. We are commemorating the World Spinal and Hydrocephalus Day, and the global theme is United in COVID. We are actually implementing interventions at community level under a project known as Push for Inclusion project. We are actually working with parents, children, and youth with spinal bifida and suicide, Lusaka, and Livingston. So tomorrow is a very special day. We are pushing for inclusion. COVID has not spared anyone, including the spinal bifida and hydrocephalus community.
Okay, so what are the challenges that you are facing despite doing all those donations tomorrow?
Okay, so we are not doing donations. It's a wild spinal bifida and hydrocephalus day. It's a commemoration.
Okay.
Where we beam light on spinal bifida and hydrocephalus as a disability. So it's basically the gap that COVID-19 has exposed. You talk about disability and access to services, services of health care, services of inclusive education, access to infrastructure which are not disability inclusive.
All right.
So that's what we are doing tomorrow. And of course, when you talk about awareness and advocacy, this is disability is it's a live fire. And we always say everybody has got a role to play if we are going to stamp down stigma, if we are going to promote inclusion. We need to make sure that everyone is on board, the media is on board, so that these policies that have been put in place that favor persons with spinal bifida and hydrocephalus are then realized and implemented at that level.
Okay, so in terms of, I hear you mention hydrocephalus and spinal bifida as your approach, or rather the key disabilities that you're looking at. My question to you then is, how are you planning on handling the awareness to both first-time mothers and those that have children that have hydrocephalus or spinal bifida?
First of all, we have to explain what the disability is. You know, there are a number of people who don't know what spinal bifida is. So I'll try to explain it as basic as possible. The same way we do it when there is vulnerable community that houses families, you know, that can't read or write. So spinal bifida is a birth defect causing development in the basic spinal cord to fail to develop properly. And some of the symptoms right away that can be seen are seen above the spinal defect. Abnormal tears of hair, the birthmark, protruding spinal cord tissue. And of course, they start the treatment to that. But in the absence of access to information, when a child with spinal bifida is born in the community and they do not have access to health care services, they will definitely start looking around, you know, using their own do-it-yourself method, and that will cause danger to the child with spinal bifida if that is not prepared at the health care institution.
Okay, I think
and then hydrocephalus, of course, is the excess fluid in the brain cavity. You notice there are certain children who have got slightly bigger heads than a typical child. So that's hydrocephalus. It's excess fluid in the brain cavity, which causes pressure on the brain. So if that also is not corrected, it will cause brain damage and subsequent death. So then the medical team will insert a shunt so that they are able to drain that excess fluid. So if there is no any identification, definitely you will find that you will have people children whose conditions can actually be corrected and whose conditions can actually be prevented through the intake of folic acid. So instead of taking folic acid during pregnancy, it should be mandatory that it is available to women of childbearing age. That's a more preventive way.
Okay, madam. Okay, Madam Sandra, wishing you all the best as you commemorate World Spinal Bifida and
Hydrocephalus Day, because we need to be sure if you don't have that excess fluid in that head.
Happy Independence Day once again.
Thank you so much
to everyone that came through.
Yes,
we have to go.
Catch us next week.
Yes, same time,
same station from Bandit, Handiway,
and
my
Precious Mzea Sakalejis.
Right?
Happy Independence Day.
56th Independence Day. We love you and God bless Zambia.
Yes, of
we
course.
are a great, great nation.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Love, peace, and yeah.
Unity.
Unity.